What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Virgin Galactic Holdings with the ticker symbol SPCE. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who are already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So is SPCE ready for takeoff, or is this just going to be a pump and dump? Well, me personally, I do own shares in this company. Not that many, but I do own shares, and I believe this is just going to be a fake out. Technically, it still doesn't look good, this chart. You can see that we're still inside of a massive downtrend that's been going on for several months, and the EMA was acting as overhead resistance for a long time also. So this is the first time we got back above the EMA since August of 2021. So I don't think this is going to be the bottom. This is a nice pop-up. It looks like they were coming back to fill in this gap that was created. You can see this empty space. I don't see, there's a little empty space here, but normally if the trend is strong, we don't come back to it. So since we pushing up, I think they want to come back to fill in this gap right into the $12 level. So we could see a little bit of higher prices, but it's just suspicious that we got a pump up right before earnings on the 22nd, I believe. I don't know how accurate this is. It could be later or even earlier, the earnings report. But it's just very suspicious to me that we get a 32% gain in one day, just maybe a week away from earnings. So that's what I don't like. I know what they're trying to do here. Just trying to trap in people to push the market lower. Nothing really screams bullish as of right now. Whenever you see a pop-up, you should be very suspicious. So we got a nice big candle right here that was green, but then it led to a massive amount of selling. Here's another example. We got another nice big candle right here that was green, but another massive amount of selling. So just if history repeats, if it's in a downtrend, I think this should just be short-lived and we're going to continue lower. Even though I do own shares in this company, I'm not in it for a quick little gain. This is my long-term investment portfolio, so I don't really care what it does. But I personally think this is just a fake out. I'll give you more reasons why. You can see that we were consolidating for a few weeks, and now we're seeing the breakout. So I'm going to go ahead and make this range green. So you can see that all these price bars are contained inside of this sideways action. Looks like the lows were right at the 793, 794, and the highs were right at the 971. So prices were just bouncing back and forth inside of this range. We had a little triple bottom back here in February 14th, and now we got this massive breakout. So usually most breakouts fail, so this could just lead to lower prices. It could just be a trap for the longs and a stop loss hunt. So I think they're going to probably come back to fill in this gap, but we're going to see lower prices. Now I'm going to show you the same thing that happened before. Let's go and bring the chart back just a little bit. If we go back here to July of last year, you can see it's the same pattern. It's the same sideways action. All these price bars are contained inside this green channel. And look what we got. We got a massive pop up, a breakout, a failed breakout, and then led to a lot of selling. It just reverses instantly on people. So just remember how that green channel was, and then look at this one. Very similar, kind of the same pattern. They do this multiple times across the market on different time frames. Any market you think of, this pattern plays out. I'm not saying it's gonna work out like this, but if I was trading this is what I would be expecting. I would be expecting prices to push up a little bit higher and then reverse quickly to stop everyone out. You can see that this also looks like the first break outside of this yellow channel, and normally when we get the first break, we usually go back to retest the previous low or even make a new one. So I'm still expecting SPC to continue lower. I think this is just a fake out, just to trap in longs and stop out shorts before continuing lower. See that this was a measured move that was already reached. This measured move was right at the like $9, $10 level, and that's where I picked up my share. So I'm in the green just by a little bit. I don't even really care. It's just a very small position, just something. I just really like the company. You know, I don't know if they're ever going to be profitable. They might just go bankrupt in the next couple of years, but I just like the business model, so I just took a small position a long time ago, and I'm already in the green. However, I think this is going to be short-lived. So I'm expecting lower prices. There is another measured move that is a little bit lower, which I think there's also another high probability for this to be reached, and it's right at the $6.80 level. So it makes sense for SPCE to go to that measured move. I highly doubt this is a bottom. It's way too early to tell. Normally, we want to see prices make higher highs and higher lows. That would be the start of an uptrend. Right now, we just got the thrust up, like this part. So I don't think anybody should be predicting that this was the bottom or not, because there's still a lot of room to go before anybody can say we're in an uptrend. So this, to me, I think it's going to be just a fake out. I'm expecting lower prices. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then that's good for me, right? Or any other long-term investors. But I have to go by what the chart tells me, and this still looks bearish. I don't like how it's a breakout. We're coming back to fill in the gap. The downtrend is still kind of in play, and we're right before earnings. We see a pop-up based on some news that I'm pretty sure all the insiders or even the big dogs already knew that was going to happen. That's just very suspicious to me. I question everything. That's just very suspicious. So I think we're going to go lower. We'll see. I could be wrong. Don't care. I do own this company, so that would be even a plus for me if I was wrong. But I'm betting that we will probably continue lower. I don't think we had the lows yet. I think a lot of stocks still have room to fall, including this one. So I think, obviously, I'm not saying we're going to reverse tomorrow. I think they're going to probably come back to fill in this gap since they did this. Probably back up to the $12 level. And from there, we're going to see what earnings is. I think they're going to use the earnings to push down the market like I showed you with this red line. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. So here's the weekly chart. Shows you the long-term pattern that SPCE is following. You see that every time we come to the lows, we find buyers, and every time we go up to the highs, we find sellers. So we did find buyers at this prior low. You see there was a lot of buyers here and over here, and we came back to it, came back to the same price. So a lot of people believe this is a good place to buy shares. It's kind of like if you saw a chart of a pair of jeans, and this is basically the pair of jeans on sale. This is where most people would buy, and over here is when it's really expensive, so people want to sell. This is just a very simplistic view. That doesn't mean you always buy. If we come to this level, you got to look at other factors. We still are in a downtrend, so I doubt that one candle pop up is gonna reverse the entire market. It could, but I'm very leery against that. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said before, an uptrend is higher highs, higher lows. All we did is just make one pop up, so we could still just reverse. So there's a lot of factors or a lot of time left for the price action to develop. Right now, we're just seeing the early part, so I'm still suspecting this is just a correction and a failed breakout. So I think we're going to see lower prices. So, but we are at the lower side of the range, so we're seeing this bounce. A lot of buyers. Maybe we might even come back higher to the EMA. We haven't been to the EMA in a while, and probably come back to test this breakout level. You can see that this was a strong support previously. We did have a breakout. It looks like price action did come back to test it, but we could get a second test before continuing lower. So as long as we're below the weekly EMA, there's really nothing to be bullish about. We have to wait to see when we get above that and continue a trend or start a trend or not. So still a lot of reasons to be bearish, at least in the short term. But I think long term, this company might do very well. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.